All right, so we're going to jump right into the next section, which is going to be announcing our grads and giving you guys a card and a little gift. Again, the gift is funded completely by our faculty, so big thank you to them. And I will call up our program director team to do that. So we're going to call out all of the grads where you guys are going next year, and I'm going to ask you guys to stay up here on the stage for a couple of minutes when you're called, and we'll put a photo up for everybody and a round of applause. So I'm going to go last because I want to take a break.
I guess I stumbled up onto the stage first. I'm going to go first. I think I learned by now. So for the sake of brevity, we're going to be calling you guys up one by one and just announcing where you're going. So why don't we start this off with a bang? Smriti Desai. Smriti's going to MIMO for a sim fellowship. Virtually, if you want to say something, Angela Kai.
Hi.
Angela is joining us from down home near DC now. She's going to be doing a USACS Innovation Fellowship. That's a mouthful. It's basically a fellowship that she came up with on her own. Congratulations. Noah Berland. Noah's heading over to Rutgers NJMS for medical toxicology. Awkward hook. And Adrian Arcochea. Give me a show on the road doing some per diem. Nope, not you. Hang on. There you go. Thank you.
All right. Eric is done. Be an attendance position at NYU, so not too far away.
Thank you.
Priscilla Chow. Attending position at Alhambra and San Diego. LA. Jordan. Jordan will be an ultrasound fellow at George Washington University in DC. And great hand. Also in Jamaica.
Today.
Only today. All right, Hannah Moreta. Presbyterian Memorial Hospital in Roxville. Naomi Reboyo Rodriguez. Will be December Fellowship in Palliative Care at Montefiore in the Bronx. Brian Flores. University of Pennsylvania. And Christopher Hanishek. Completing his fellowship in ultrasound here at the Greatest Choice University.
This is Matthew Turner, who's becoming an attending here at Kings County. Next is Annette Mueller, who will become an ultrasound fellow at Rutgers, New York. Take your time, take your time. Next is Gina Pan. At Bronx Care Hospital. Right. Next is Chris Lim, coming out of Star General Hospital. And John Riggins Jr., who's becoming
BK in the house.
Congratulations, John. Your aunt is so proud of you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Josh Decker, for those who don't know me on Zoom. I'm the EMI and EMI and CCM program director, and I have a distinct pleasure of calling up a unique group, some people might say crazy group, who decided to do more time. There's some that are crazier than others. So let's just start with Surya Ahmad. We'll be going on to geriatrics fellowship at New York Presbyterian Cornell Hospital. Next up is Jenna Morgan, who's going to be going on to
Yes.
medicine faculty, which is really great.
Congrats. It's graduation day, yo.
And then there's the really
Virtual.
the 6-year EMIM critical care, our second graduate who had really big shoes to fill, and he had no problem doing it, Ted Segarra. Ted's going to be going on to Good Samaritan Hospital, where he's going to be running the CTICU.
We didn't have cards for the Chiefs, so sorry, guys. No, of course, we wanted to keep the Chiefs for last. Just really want to thank the Chiefs this year. Put in an amazing amount of work. Had to deal with some of my new ideas and initiatives and make them happen. And I really appreciate all your hard work. I get the pleasure of announcing Sophia Sharafali. Critical care medicine fellow at Brigham and Women's Hospital. Sophia was the education chief. Had to take Zoom from being just a thing to what we do, and made it a very high standard of education, high quality content, and basically just made me look good and made the didactic look nice. What do you guys think?
It's my pleasure to announce Stacy Frisch. She will be heading over to Mimo for education fellowship. She shared the role of Kings County Chief. I have some basic experience with that. It's not an easy job, so we can all commiserate. She did it with a very A-team type style. And I think we also can all thank her for the impact she's leaving on the program and the institution as a whole in terms of for our pregnant residents and faculty.
All right, I'll be announcing Sean. University for the next year. And, we always are excited to find out who our new chiefs are going to be every year. We always try to predict, what roles everyone's going to fill and how it's going to be. And you were more or less, as I would say, all predicted. When one of my first experiences when we were trying to plan out how we were going to do a virtual recruitment season, we're trying to get all our groups together. Risha said, "Okay, good. I made a document and a calendar and a schedule, and everything's on a Google form, and everything's all organized." And we weren't even sure what we were doing yet. We were already organized, had everything planned out. So I want to thank you for your work at Kings County Chief and for your
I have the pleasure of announcing Charlie Johnson. UHG chief this year, and I have 2 words: tough out. No nonsense, keeping it real attitude, which I appreciated so much. It's been a year, but you handled it with so much style. So, congratulations.
Last but not least, the EMI and Chief President, Donald Dukas. Embraced the role better than I ever could have imagined. And it's only fitting that he's going to be staying here to be a disaster fellow at Kings County Hospital and
Love, thank you. Girls, you got so big.
in the past year, and thank you so much. And
Bye, Mama.
All right, so the class of 2021, congratulations, guys. You all want me to take a picture? There's no picture taken. Turn up. Oh God, now you're out. I'm gonna like shut down the whole thing in a minute.
I think this year was an AV
I see you, poo poo.
I saw her too.
Yeah.
Right. This is awesome. Did you record it? Did you record it yourself?
Not myself, but I think it's being recorded. Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping that because I couldn't get the QR code, I couldn't get some other things that I wanted from the guy that was talking. It was a very good talk.
This is great. You set a great precedent for them,
Oh, not me.
And now they're following all in your footsteps and all, Papa, Mama.
Oh my God.
Mommy, Auntie Leah,
Mashallah.
So yeah, thank you.
Except for my soul.
Alhamdulillah.
All right, guys, we're going to keep rolling through. We just want to keep on time, and we want everyone to have a chance to present. The last thing in terms of the program director's presentation is every year we give a residency director award or recognition. And that's somebody who gives to the residency who wasn't designated as a chief specifically, but has made a major impact on what the residency does and who we are. And there was so many people that we can choose from, but we painfully had to pick one person. So we decided to give it this year to Noah Berlin. All right, so next up, we're gonna let the graduating class announce who they voted for as Teacher of the Year. I don't know if you guys designated someone to do that. Chief forever.
Just double checking. All right, so thanks guys for nominating me totally last minute for this. So we decided this year to give our Educator Award to Dr. Kelly Morales.
The first class on the left, where our classroom was, my classroom, okay?
Dedication to educating our residents and also helping us with our ultrasound skills, our clinical skills, and being a general mentor.
The public demands it.
This was a shock. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of knew slightly, so I humbly accept this award. No, to be honest, I really think that I learn a lot from you guys, and you can learn from every single experience that you come across. And one more teaching point to my grads, wherever you go, whoever you're teaching, whether it's a student or PA or whoever, just remember this: hold your head up high, look them straight in the eye, and just say, "Come on, player." You know what I'm saying. Because just remember, when teaching and as an educator, as I learned from Dr. Brenner, Chris Zoe, many of the faculty here, yes, Dr. Little too. When teaching someone, remember, you don't want to tell them the information, you want to teach them how to obtain it. All right, so to my grads, congratulations and thank you.
All right, guys, congratulations, Dr. Morales. Dr. Little is not upset at all. So next up, we're going to recognize the residents who completed mini fellowships in the residency. I think the residents know, but just for everyone who's listening in, the mini fellowships are something that were designed a decade ago by Dr. Doty, and they were these tracks within the residency, so the residents could work on, develop, and get mentorship, and start their career in areas that they want to focus on when they finish residency. In the last couple of years, we set pretty strict guidelines for what you have to accomplish. So really big feat for the residents who completed this year. So I guess we'll start off with Dr. Searles. We'll do the education mini fellowship, which Dr. Searles and myself and Dr. Smith are in charge of that one.
Okay, welcome. Thank you for letting me do this. I didn't get to do this last year, even though I was fellow last year too. We have two this year. Two people were able to complete all the requirements. Great job. They actually are also in charge or helping to make the requirements for this year, so good for them. First is Brighton Flores. Here you go. And second is Stacy Frisch.
Got you guys laser pointers for all your education endeavors. All right, next up, Dr. Gernsheimer for the geriatric mini fellowship.
Saria?
So Saria was a geriatric mini fellow. When I think about Saria, I think of two quotes from people I admire. One was my father, and who always would say to me when I would complain how rough things were, would say, when the going gets rough, the tough get going. And sometimes for Saria, things might have been rough, but she kept going, going, going. And the other is, to misquote Shakespeare, said, some people are born great, but some people achieve greatness. And you have achieved greatness. And she's going to one of the very few geriatric emergency medicine fellowships in the country. She's going to New York Presbyterian. She's going to do a great job there.
This is Dr. Weiner for the toxicology mini fellowship.
So Noah Berlin has done way more than was required for the toxicology, from setting up innovative programs, research, education for residents and medical students, and just really has gone above and beyond and has well deserved the mini fellowship.
And last but not least, Dr. Kendall for the Social EM mini fellowship, which is a new mini fellowship and I think has made a major impact on our residency in our department.
Yeah, Dr. Willis mentioned that we have requirements. I think in the world of Social EM, we don't quite stick to the requirements quite as well as everybody else, so we're kind of loose with this one. I want to acknowledge the impact of 3 graduating residents, kind of sort of all in collaboration for all the work that they did and contributed to the curriculum and fellowship. So Noah Berland, Adrian Arcachea, and Angela Kai, again, if you could just say something. Oh, let's turn the camera on. Angela.
All right, so that's it for the mini fellowships. The next section is going to be the division awards. So these awards are for specific divisions in our department that the faculty wanted to acknowledge graduating residents who have made a major impact. So I see Dr. Bond. For the ultrasound division, in case you guys.
In case you are so we want to present a award to Chris Hannison for the Sono Division Award. He's brought a lot of ideas and energy and positivity to that we really appreciate. He came to me with this great idea of like, let's broadcast our sonos in the trauma bay. And then he realized how many hurdles there are to implementing good ideas at Kings County. And he has persevered, and pretty soon I think we are going to be able to do that. And we're so excited to have him stay on next year and see what he's going to do next year with us.
The simulation division, I see Dr. Kim. And Sigrid. She's embodying everybody, the whole division.
I know, it's hard. Don't you see the German in me? So Sigrid's a little bit under the weather, so I'm gonna take place for Dr. Wolfram, but this person that we wanna recognize, Dr. Smriti Desai, figure out how to do SIM because SIM is so important, and she made it happen, so thank you, Smriti.
I guess we have a couple of folks on Zoom. I see Dr. Daniel, I saw Dr. Silverberg earlier. Do you guys want to do the disaster?
Yeah, thanks. First, I just want to thank all of the senior residents, especially in this like second wave of COVID. You guys all stepped up and were incredible. But I know Mark and I want to give a special thanks to Don, who's going to be my new fellow next year. So I get to keep working with him for the next year. I'm really, really excited. So Mark, if you want to say a few words, but Don, thank you so much and congratulations.
Yeah, I couldn't be more proud of Don, especially because he's going to take my job soon. And I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Don.
And Dr. Wiener, coming back up on the stage for the toxicology division. Oh, no, I'm sorry. For toxicology, and you're on the education.
I think Dr. Fan is going to come first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, the Toxicology Division Award also goes to Noah.
We didn't see that coming. And I believe Dr. Lucchese, you're doing the administration division.
So the administration division thanks so many people who did so much work, but I guess one person stood out, and they'd like me to thank that person, especially for the help during the Joint Commission prep across the street, and a lot of help at UHB during the administrative rotation. And that's Adrian Archer.
All right, I guess Dr. Fan is on her way, but we're going to keep rolling. Since I'm here, I'm going to do the medical education fellow presentation. So we're going to start presenting fellowship graduates. So obviously our residents made it through the last 4 years and they finished residency, but we had a lot of fellows who've done amazing things as well. So we'll have the fellowship directors come up. It's my pleasure to congratulate Taylor on finishing his fellowship. It's an absolute honor to be part of his path. I remember him as a fresh intern from Texas. I think his name was Robert then, but I'm not sure. But then we found out he was the first of the invasion of Taylors. So from day one, Taylor's passion's always been education. He requested to be the PD or one of the APD's advisees, and I had the pleasure of doing that. He got stuck with me. And he's increased his knowledge, experience, and expertise, and he's been an amazing resource for us in our group. And I'm really excited to continue to work with you. All right, next we're going to do the Pediatric Emergency Medicine Fellowship with Dr. Khan. She's been waiting patiently.
So for those who don't know me, and I think everybody should know me, I'm Ambreen Khan, and I'm the Fellowship Director for the Pediatric Emergency Medicine Fellowship. And we have 3 fellows that are graduating this year. So collectively is how we talk about them. Unfortunately, we only talk about them in a group of 3, but they're really 3 individuals who've done remarkable work. But what describes them? They're adventurous, they're disciplined, they're fancy, but they're also mentors and educators and advocates. And they're really compassionate physicians. Emily is the most adventurous out of the 3. I will say it out loud. She travels before the pandemic into places that I would have probably never gone myself. And to quote her, you don't have a great vacation or trip unless you have diarrhea. Sorry, Emily, I have to say it out loud. Now that she was going to take the 2 of them, the other 2, Nay and Kosha, with her to Tanzania. And they were like, what was that quote you just said? What do we have to have happen to us when we go away? So unfortunately, they did not get to go away on an away rotation. And when I first took over as PD, one of my first conversations with the 3 of them together was, we need time off. We're going away. We need at least 2 weeks off, and we need this, and we need that. And I was like, okay, we'll figure it out. But the pandemic put a real wrench in their plan for that. But they are advocates for our pediatric population. And individually, they have made a mark in the world of pediatric emergency medicine. Emily and Kosha pulled together a conference that Dr. Chow and Dr. Yan is the pediatric program director. And they helped put this together, which really talked about the health disparities of the children in Brooklyn and what resources are available to our patient and our population. And it was an awesome conference that they put together. Individually worked on a program, on a video with one of the physicians from Harlem Hospital, and they put together a video on asthma, and it's now on the PAGNI website. This video talks about not only the healthcare problems that a patient faces, but also the resources that are available to the patients. It was very well put together. I'm very proud of the work that the 3 of them have done. as mentors, they take care of their junior fellows. They've, embraced them, they've helped them, they've guided them and move them along into their new roles. As educators, each of them has played a role as a chief, whether they did the PEM EM or they did just the PEM curriculum with their organizational skills and the dedication to educating. It was really my pleasure to watch them grow into the great positions that they are. So please help me and congratulate Nay Molyneux. She will be going to Memorial Hermann Children's Hospital. It's an affiliate of University of Texas in Houston. So she's going She's going to do great things there. And hopefully, if she needs, she'll call us, but we'll be calling her. Next, we're going to be congratulating Dr. Emily Weber. She's going to be going to HHC Coney Island Hospital. She's going to do great things with education there. I'm going to see what else we can get out of her between the residents and maybe the fellowship. Let's see what she does there. And last but not least is Dr. Tosha Shah, who's going to be going also to HHC Coney Island Hospital because they can't be separated. So she's going to be the director of the PZD there. Did I tell you they travel together still? They vacation together. They did. It's really amazing to me. Sure. They put him on the stage. No, I thought we put him in the corner.
All right, we're going to go back to Division Awards for 1 second, and Dr. Fan is going to present the Student Education Division.
Thanks, everyone, for being patient. I think just the top of my head. Well, whatever. Christina Bloom and I obviously just came from working in the clinical area. We both are commending all of you guys for looking so nice. We did wear our nice scrubs today. So for the Student Education Awards, as all of you know, our department is really involved with student education. You all definitely amaze me with your drive and your commitment to student education. Because of that, we are often seen as one of the most, if not the most student-friendly and learner-centric departments in the entire school. We are involved throughout all 4 years of medical school, and as you know from my emails and Nyla's emails, I'm pleased to you all that we are very dependent on resident help to educate our students. I think this class has been very involved with education. I think almost all of you have been involved in one way or another. So I definitely want to thank you all and commend all of you. I do want to point out a few of our residents, graduates who have really stood out in their participation in student education. So first is Sophia Sharafali. I will also say that my normal gift, as Taylor knows, clicker, but because no one's giving lectures anymore, your little thank you will be coming. I'm okay. Prior to her stint as education chief, Sophia was team leader for the ultra mental status and fever block in the clerkship. And as team leader, she definitely organized her colleagues and reliably made our block definitely full of teaching. It was always covered. She was a regular lecturer despite being a chief and still continued to get excellent feedback from the students. So I'm sure she will continue with her role as a fellow next year. Noah Berlin. In my mind, Noah is the consummate Renaissance man. He's been engaged, I think, in so many aspects of the residency and in emergency medicine throughout his years here. He also was part of the ultrameltastasis fever team and really brought his expertise, his tech know-how in bringing our lectures up to date, as well as modeling how to incorporate evidence-based medicine within our didactics. Also played a large role in teaching the opioid stewardship and overdose training for the onset of introduction to clerkship program within the medical school. So thank you very much. Noah, your fellowship will be very lucky to have you next year. Next is Jordan Dow. I remember when Jordan was a rotating visiting medical student here, short hair, fresh face. Super eager to learn and to teach even as a medical student who was visiting. Since becoming a resident, Jordan has single-handedly shown up for more lectures, EKG, chest x-ray, workshops, procedure labs than I think the rest of you guys combined. So Nyla pointed out that we are going to need to recruit multiple residents to take over his responsibilities, but never to be replaced. Finally, Stacy, my advisee. I'm sure it comes as no surprise that a future MedEd fellow stands out for her teaching. Despite being a chief and dealing with all the responsibilities and headaches that come with that, she still continued to dependably show up and lecture to our students. Her charm and her enthusiasm permeated through the screen, and that really was a highlight, I think, for most of our students this year. Her bedside teaching, I think all of these things really highlighted what an all-around great educator Stacy was. So because of that, we also nominated Stacy for the CDEM Resident Teaching Award. I look forward to seeing amazing things from you in the upcoming years and for you to teach me and how to make our our clerkship better. So thank you all for your commitment to student education and pay it forward, continue teaching when you are off to your next stage of your lives. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Dr. Fan. And next, we're going to have Dr. Bloim come do the International Mini Fellowship and International Fellow Grads. Looks like she needs a hand. Lots of packages.
Morning, everyone. I'm so excited that you guys have represented the style and the fashion of the residency on my behalf. This is not my usual attire. I'm very tired of wearing clothes, but they haven't permitted me to come back in my heels and skirts, so I guess I'll stick with it for now. As Linda said, these are my fancy scrubs, so at least my mask matches. They saved the best for last, the international division. I mean, what else have we been doing for the last couple of years? Global health. So I'm really excited. We have such an amazing program, you guys. I'm proud of all of you. It's amazing. I can't believe the 4 years have gone by so quickly. I have two mini fellow awards, two mini fellow completions to give. The first is for Adrian. Yes. Wait. Too fast. Adrian was one of the very early enthusiasts. We had a get-together at Havana Outpost during orientation, and he was there with bells on. Adrian precedes the residency with his global health experience and continued throughout it. Weaved it in, I don't even know how, did an incredible, very long and thorough assessment to do capacity building in Chiapas in Mexico with Partners in Health. And no doubt will continue to do great work after residency is done. Thank you, Adrian. My second mini fellow and advisee is Smriti. Smriti was also at Havana Outpost. You guys missed it if you weren't there, by the way. It was a really great gathering, and see, it's produced amazing things. Who knew what tacos could do? Yes, she is way fancier than me today. I can't keep up. Smriti has, there's so many things to say. We have had an amazing relationship over the last 4 years, and I'm so proud of her for so many different reasons. Global health is one of them, one of her many passions. She is a social justice advocate and a really amazing and truly good, genuine person at heart who does good things and the right thing for people and stands up for what is right. And I think that's really where she shines. She's going on to do simulation, but hopefully that can translate still, and I can recruit her back to take that abroad and beyond our borders. So congratulations. While I have the stage, I have 3 fellows graduating amidst the pandemic. That's really exciting. And only one of them, I think, is physically present. I don't know if Ahmed and Anya are online, and I don't really know how to see that. Do I see? Oh, there's Anya. Hi, Anya. Oh, there he is. Hi. This is your text. So our fellowship is a 2-year fellowship. It's a long commitment. It involves doing work abroad and working clinically, and then hopefully going and traveling the world and doing great things, which has been a little bit of a damper, as you may know, for the last 1.5 years. But our fellows powered through, really stayed consistent and dedicated to their projects. And it's really, the fellowship is a time to lay the foundation for what you're going to continue to do for the rest of your career path. So I don't think we've lost anything, but have gained a lot of stamina and resilience in the process. Jessica, who's here, is our first fellow. You may not know she's a fellow, but she is a fellow, and now she's done. Jessica actually did get a few trips into Haiti before the pandemic, and did a really detailed assessment in one of the hospitals in Fort Liberté in the Northeast where we work, looking at where their emergency capacity was, where the gaps were, where the challenges were, where the strengths were. And that's translated into a paper that is almost in the process of being published. And we hope to implement some of those changes and see how we can bolster capacity in the Northeast as a result of her findings. So Jessica, fortunately, is sticking around. So we'll continue to do the work as soon as it's possible. So congratulations and thank you. Anya came to us from MIMO and also stuck it out through the 2 years. Anya and Ahmed had the toughest deal. Jessica preceded them by a few months, so she got a little bit more time, international time available. The 2 of them started in 19, so you can see that was about 6 months, but they managed to sneak in their first project trip before the pandemic hit. Anya's been working very closely with Trinidad, and primarily has started via the Stop the Bleed course. I don't know if you guys know about that, but has already conducted one and is working on future train the trainer projects there and also continuing to do capacity building there. So we're excited that she's also staying. My division is growing, which is really exciting, and we're happy to have her. Congratulations, Anya. See me when you are around so I can give you your gift. And Ahmed also joined in 2019, and he and Anya both did a an MBA with a global health focus through the London School. So it's kind of an interesting twist to the MPH that's normally associated with the fellowship, but their approach was to try to learn how to capacity build within the infrastructure of healthcare systems and use that as their approach for their international work. Ahmed's been working closely with both Egypt and Lebanon with a lot of challenges. Global health work tends to have that, trying to figure out how to be in sync with the existing infrastructure and healthcare system and see how we can complement it through all of the layers of differences, cultural differences, and healthcare system differences. It's not an easy task, but he's stayed tried and true to it. And we're hoping that we can continue to do that because he's staying on as well. So thank you, Ahmed, and congratulations.
So international is actually not last. I'm sorry, Christine. We saved simulation fellow graduate for last. Maybe I was biased because I'm stealing her to my division.
So this is definitely best for last, right? I mean, no doubt in your mind, right, Dr. Wallace? So I think there's definitely one word that comes to mind when you think of Carolina. Bad Bunny? No, I'm just kidding. Passionate. During COVID was when she did her simulation fellowship. Obviously, we needed procedures. We still needed to continue our education. It would not have been remotely possible without Carolina pushing the envelope, always challenging us, picking the toughest cases for the residents because she always felt like we needed to make things harder, better. You know, a kill, don't maim was definitely her motto. Even before Dodie put it up there. So I am really excited that she's going to continue on as APD of Kings County, the one and only best for last, Carolina.
Okay, so this is the end of the programming that I have control over and that I've reviewed. So I would like to make that clear. We'll take a couple minutes break, and the incoming chief residents are going to do the roast. But just another big congratulations to all the graduates, resident fellows. You guys have done such an amazing job, and obviously a challenging time no matter what. But these past couple of years have been insane. So thank you so much for your hard work.